Okay, how's everybody doing? This was so nice and funny at the same time. I was doing some work on this mini diorama for the 100th subscriber, and suddenly I realized that my last video on weathering flextrack received over 1500 views. How's that possible? I want to thank you all for watching my videos. I feel very blessed that I can do this on cam and share this all with you. And my only purpose of that, I have to concentrate. My only purpose is sharing our beautiful hobby and maybe inspire some of you. Just flood it if you make a mistake, and the paint will go away. I like these broken ties. This will be a great diorama to put a boxcar on it or something like that. But let's work on it. For this mini diorama, I started off with a handmade wooden base and a piece of flextrack that I distressed and did a slab chop on. And now I mixed some aged white with a bit of water. And I start adding some paint randomly to the ties, just to get a bit of paint in there. I really enjoy weathering track. If you want to do it right, I think it's a very long process, but I love to do these things. A bit of classical music on the background and just dive in there. This is also a very good practice for the track that I want on my layout. I already prepared one piece of flex track just to test out what I want and how I like it the most. With the leftover paint, I will paint some loose ties. It's also a good test if the paint flows enough. Your paint should be flowing and not be sticky or anything. So let's get the ties out of the paint. Once they're on the parchment paper, I will still move them around so that the paint will be randomly applied to the ties. That's important for a later stadium. And now I can leave them to dry and add some darker brown to what's left over of the paint, just to darken it up one shade. This is light brown, I think. Maybe you can see the numbers of the Vallejo bottles on the screen, but it's not that important. It's just 5 shades of brown, from light to dark, light to darkish gray. I just use colors that I see on photos or in real life. Use some reference to preference. And this darker color I also started working in there. Randomly, a tie here and a tie there. Just enjoying myself with this track. So I'm back with you guys while I'm touching up this concrete switch. And to be honest, it's way more difficult than the flextrack I showed last episode. Main thing because you can see here, switches always have this plastic trim between the ties that connects the ties, but more important, keeps the rails close to the switch so they won't come off eventually. And it's a good switch though, but It's very difficult to get the cement separated from the tie color or the concrete. It's not cement, it's concrete. So after a lot of work on this, doing everything by hand, it's starting to look somewhat like a weathered switch. Not completely happy with it yet, but the ballast will hide a lot, so I'm not too worried at this point. I'm just making sure every spot is covered with paint, no more shiny spots, because when you turn on the lights, it will always show on cam. Maybe not at this, but when you go close up, you will notice those very tiny shiny spots, tiny shiny spots. I like language, tiny shiny spots. Well, I covered up all tiny shiny spots, I think, by now. I think I'm okay with it. What do you think? I'm very thankful to all of you who are watching my videos. Again, without you, this wouldn't be possible. I use this small piece of plastic card with some sanding paper, very fine grit. I think it's 1800 or something around that. I don't want to damage the rails. But with the sanding block, I also damaged the paint on the guardrails, for an instance, and I don't want that as well. So that's why I use this small trick. And just being very careful again. No reason to hurry. I think most people are way too occupied with other things. I think it's okay. Oh, missed the spot here. I think I'll leave it like this. Close up, is that possible? Does it zoom in? I will drop it over here. We will see. Uh-oh. Found a spot. Okay, let me speed up this track weathering process a bit. I'm working in darker and darker colors, and I also keep turning my base around. That's to get patterns in there that I don't want. It has to be random as possible. We're humans, we're used to working patterns, so break those up by turning it. And with all those colors in and a lot of light on it, it looks somewhat like this. And then I spilled all my coffee on it. No, that's a joke. It's grounded coffee, used coffee. I use that as a base layer for scenery and ballast. And last but not least, I was painting all those tie plates and spikes a little bit of rusty red. And in the meantime, I'm still waiting for my bridge to come in. But that's a nice bridge to the next episode. Hope you see me soon. Bless you. Bye.